Alright. Let's get this mythic to the other side. Again, I do want this trinket. This trinket's gonna be pretty sick. There's some good gear that I can drop here. I kind of avoided running it for a while because I don't know, the last boss, the first time we ran it, we had no idea what we were doing. It took forever, and it kind of put me off. But now that I know it actually can be one of the fastest bosses, it's gonna be fun. But yeah, let's go. I don't really have a specific path to go. Oops. Make sure my binds are okay. Alright, everyone's ready, so let's go. Yeah, I'm enjoying tanking a lot more than DPS. I mean, I think this because I'm just a tank at heart. And it's cool because tanks can put out a decent amount of damage as well in this expansion. I know Paladins probably aren't the best. It's probably Demon Hunters first. But they can still dish out some good damage. The only thing that throws me off sometimes, I mean, thank goodness we have Avenger's Shield. Because sometimes it's annoying to try to get mobs into where you need to be. I'm getting actually dumpstered here. Use some of our heals. And Paladin self-sustains it's kind of nuts right now, so just gotta remember to stand in my consecration and to use my heal when I need to. Alright, let's go this way. Yeah, this dungeon is pretty fun. I always like Bomsamdi as a character, and I'm glad to see him back, even though it's in a very small portion of this. I don't know if we're going to see him more in the future, but it's nice to actually see him. It's gonna be a big pool, I think. Yeah. This guy does a knockback, so I'm gonna face him towards this way. I have gotten knocked away from this before off the map, and I can't see sometimes. There it is. Okay. Avoid that. Kick what we can. DPS look like they're doing pretty well. The hunter is pretty strong. I know marksman hunters are still pretty good. I know they got nerfed in PvP, but I don't know about PvE. Right. And I didn't have devotion aura. That's something I need to work on. I keep forgetting to turn on devotion aura. It's one of those things you just don't realize until the end of the dungeon. Thankfully, I realized it earlier. I've gone so many times without realizing devotion aura isn't up, and you could have thought, like, man, I could have avoided some scary situations. It's 3%, but at the end of the day, the 3% can definitely come in handy. Alright. And these Sons of Hakar, they target random people and just start attacking them. So nothing I could really do. And we'll move forward with the blood here. Look at this priest. We'll have 2 priests here. It's fine. I have done this on Mythic Plus, so it's not too bad. These guys whirlwind, so we got to back them up. We'll heal while we can. And a cool little mechanic that these guys do reminds me of Sunken Temple back in the day. Go ahead and stun one Blade Storm. But they summon the ghosts that like are immune. There it is right there. Kick that healing wave. And then they just charge people. I don't know how much damage they're actually doing, but I remember in Sunken Temple they used to destroy people. As I say that, we do lose someone to it. He's getting rezzed. So yeah, the Hexers heal, and the Devoted, they sacrifice themselves. So I don't know if I could pull them towards me, but I know Night Fae. Can I line of sight this for a second? No, they start casting it as soon as they do it. Hopefully the Night Fae bin there can stun them. I think it did. So if you didn't know, yeah, there's a Night Fae urn that can stop that that little transformation they do. Looks like the DPS are on their kicks. Thank goodness. Alright, priest and hexer. I don't really mark. I don't have a like a macro to mark stuff. I probably should since I'm tanking now. But I'm not too worried about it at the moment. Just done one Blaze Storm. Missed the kick. Whoops. My DPS on the kicks, but I'm not. I get low. Let's go ahead and use for our heal. Yeah, there's a trinket that I really want off Hakar. Hopefully it drops. I think it's the best in slot trinket for me. Or pre-raid best in slot. Shadow mana. Alright. We could heal ourselves. I did start leveling my engineering for a little bit. I do have grenades. I probably should start using them. I think that'd be super fun. It takes forever for the grenades to cast though, and you can't use them while moving, so we'll probably do it to like start off the boss. Let's throw a grenade at him. But yeah, other than that, I mean, check out the mog. I have to remog my pants, but I think we're looking pretty sick. I've always enjoyed this this like Lich King-esque transmog, and with Shadowlands, I think it's kind of appropriate. All right, let's go start this off with a nade. Nice, that does some good damage. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how this boss actually works. I don't know if you have to like move the blood out. I think the DPS has to move him out and not stand on each other. And he just literally dashed into me. And they have to take care of the ads because they randomly target people. Kind of messing up my rotation here. That's fine. Shit, Jesus. Move him off the blood. I don't know exactly if he should be standing on the blood or not. Probably not. Either way, again, it's fun to see all these old characters and old bosses come back. Go ahead and use it defensively here. Use our potion. Let's go ahead and heal. Help the healer out. It's the first time the healer's been here, so yeah, we definitely gotta help him out a little bit. Dude, this guy needs to get off me, bro. This is kind of chaotic. We have to take off that shield, damn it. You know, I really can't be too mad at people. It's the third week, and a lot of people don't know actually what they're doing, and can't really be too mad at that. Everyone has to learn, and everyone has to start seeing the fights. So all we can do is just, you know, work around it and get the trinket. Fuck. It's alright. Still need some other stuff from here. These boots, I mean, not the best stats for us, but it'll definitely be a good upgrade. This trinket I heard was really sick. I was told what it does, I totally forgot, but apparently it's really strong. We do need wrists and a back, so a lot of good gear can drop from here. So I'll probably end up doing some mythic pluses later. But yeah, this dungeon was one of my least favorite. It's slowly turning into one of my favorites. Because you get a different taste of like different areas. And you'll see that in a second if you haven't. And there is a slight lore spoiler at the end of this. So just be careful if you really care. I mean, it's not like the biggest spoiler, but it's a fun little reveal that they did from a question that we've been needing to be answered from last expansion. I don't know why it bubbled. I just felt like pressing my buttons. Sometimes you just feel like pressing buttons. I'll probably start using the landmine instead of the actual grenade. I do have some landmines in my bag, but I'm not sure if they're... if you have to cast them or not. So, I honestly don't even know what they look like, so I won't even look for them right now. Heal up a little bit. These guys do like a whirlwind and a frontal cleave, so definitely you want to... if you're not turning away most of the things in the dungeon away from the DPS, you want to turn these away. And it's up to the DPS to stand behind them. I don't know how big parrying is now in retail. I know it's a huge deal. If you're standing in front, you're probably going to lose a lot of DPS, but I'm not sure how major it is. Yeah, take this typical path. When I did this on Mythic Plus, the Mythic Keystones, we had to clear a little bit more here, or actually a little bit more in the Ardenweald place. Probably like 2 to 4 extra pulls in order to get the same amount of the 100% actually we needed. For this boss, or for this little thing, you want to line of sight his Haywire. So when he Haywires, you want to make sure you're not in sight because he does a good amount of AoE damage. As you'll see, the Demon Hunters, the Demon Hunter and the Healer are taking a lot of damage. And I probably should type them, but I'm not gonna lie. Just, you know, trial by fire. They'll learn the hard way. Go ahead and engineer that. Little doggo here. I think he does an AoE. These other mobs do like a spin. You just gotta be careful. Yeah, spinning up. It's gonna move out when they start spinning around. I think they got stunned though. Actually, I'm gonna slow cooldown, just keep them where they need to be. These things blow up, so I'm gonna really quickly run into them and then kite them out. Oh, I died. Yeah, and everyone else got blown up. Yeah, it's the healer's first time here, so again, I'm not too worried about it. I don't think we died to the explosion. We died to just mobs beating our ass. Probably turned to, we face our back to him, so it's kind of our fault that we died there. One rule as a tank, you should never turn your back, or try not to turn your back to what you're tanking, especially if it's multiple targets. So a new mistake by me, but we're still learning. I mean, haven't tanked in a while in retail. I started off as DPS, but I am really enjoying tanking now. Again, this is the mob we line of sight, so I'm going to bring him over here in this corner, and we'll be able to line of sight him through this little hallway here, or we can choose to go through that one. But there's mobs over there, and don't want to risk pulling him. I don't think this seems like this little pole here doesn't line of sight, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, run Mythic, so when you get into the Mythic Plus, you don't make small mistakes like this, because still I make small mistakes all the time, as you see in that last pack. And in this little area, these things do one-shot you, so you want to make sure you don't get touched. I believe you can attack them to like slow the pattern. We're gonna just run to these guys because they're gonna explode, and then cut them out. There we go. Yep, and the healer got dumpstered. He was standing too close. He tickles me, and then he explodes. We gotta kick that. Okay. Oh, he made it. What a Chad. Can you jump over them? But that guy's just demon huntered it. Like with the double jump. And demon hunters upset me so much. Especially like out in the world when you're doing your best to get this like chest, the world chest, and this, you're trying to do all this jumping on the walls, making sure you're doing everything right. Then comes a demon hunter who just literally, can you jump over these things? Double jumps and flies right over. I'm gonna go here, we'll kick that lubricate and cross over. But I think demon hunters are actually really strong for Mythic Plus tanks. I don't think I've seen a demon hunter besides this one, a demon hunter DPS besides this one. This might be the first one, but he's doing pretty well. I know demon hunter rotations are very simple, so maybe that's why you don't see a lot. People are looking for that fun, interesting builds, or maybe people like the simple stuff, but I typically like the more interesting builds. I am leveling a Affliction Warlock, and I mean, as much as I dislike being at a range, Affliction Warlock definitely keeps me busy by constantly applying my dots and making sure they don't fall off. One of the more busier, interesting builds, but definitely worth it. I'm not gonna risk it. I'm gonna wait. I'll wait for this to go. Yeet. And stuff like that. I mean, again, mythic keystones can start. Those deaths will start adding up. So just gotta be careful and play it safe. Definitely a very fun dungeon to do in Mythic Plus. And look at this. Look how cool this is. I don't think I've ever seen like a little apartment-looking gnome place. I wish you could open up these doors and just like peek into what their room looks like. Is that weird? Yeah. Wait for the guy that got oiled off the side. This is another fun fight as well. I know you have to, with Millhouse, there's a beam you have to stand in front of to get a buff, and then for Millicent, you have to disarm bombs. And you have to just dodge stuff around the map. Alright, I think everyone's ready. I know these explanations are really bad, but there they are. Alright. We're gonna kick as many frost bolts as we can out. I'm gonna try to steal the power of the orb. Let's see if they notice. I think this gives you a damage buff. I'm not 100% sure. But I am trying my hardest to double beam this shit and just tank it. Alright, every single beam. I'm sure it does give us some DPS bonus since we're doing 2.1k. But that might just be Paladin. Alright, we gotta disarm bombs. I'm not sure if they know, but we'll see. Heal ourselves with that. Oh, looks like the healer knows, or one of the DPS. Help the healer out. Nice. Someone's disarming him. Sweet. Alright. Just gotta burn her now since she's going crazy. Can we get anything? Is this the trinket? No. Ooh, we can use the boots here. We can use the boots here. Nice. Gold. Oh, we gotta go through this. Next is the Ardenfield place. Really interesting. We can skip a few mobs here, but I'm sure they placed a lot of things in these dungeons. So people can be creative with how they do their keystones. But yeah, there's sometimes there's a lot of extra packs that you see for no reason. But it'll be interesting to see when new affixes come out, or the affixes we haven't seen yet. See how people work a way around that. Because right now it's fortified. It's the basic, just increased damage and health by mobs, which is nice to be a starter, because makes people like really start gearing up for it. And then next week when something else comes out, we'll feel like we're dumpstering it. We're gonna wait for this guy to come down. I don't want to pull extra. This guy summons all those rage monsters. Kind of like the model of this guy too. Let's pull him down. He's gonna start raging. Pull him out of this. Again, these are the guys that knock back these death speakers, so we just gotta be careful, point them away from the edge. Well, we'll see it. We'll be able to see where he's casting it now. It's kind of hard though with all this purple. These guys are gonna get knocked. Oh, it's a fucking demon hunter. Of course he survives. Any other class would have fell right into the void. That's too funny. Taking a good amount of damage here, though. Okay. Pull this extra mob. We're gonna have to kill it later anyway. And like prot wise, I mean, there's a rotation for it for sure. I'm probably not being too optimal because I know you have to keep the shield of the righteous uptime as much as possible. I know it can go up to 12 seconds or 13 seconds. You can stack it up about 3 or 4 times, but other than that, you're wasting it. I've probably done that a few times, but again, just one of those things you just gotta get used to as you play. This hurts. I don't know the pattern of this shit, so I'm just fucking run through it. Ouch. I'm super slow right now. I don't have my speedy mount. We're gonna eat this. Oh, we didn't. Planned. Alright, the Arden Wield area. This, the boss that drops the cool trinket. The inscrutable quantum device. And I'm not sure exactly what it does again, but it does do some fun stuff. I'll probably Google it again. Yeah, this is the part where you can really start, if you're doing a Mythic Plus key, you can start picking up these extra packs to finish the percent you need for mobs. I end the run with this side, I guess you can say, or this area. But who knows? It may be beneficial starting off on this area first, because you can really choose where you want to go. I don't think there's a set path. I know we have to jump. There's a debuff that you get that makes you tired or sleepy if you don't jump, or it roots you. I've actually never gotten hit by it or let it go all the way, so I'm not sure exactly what it does. I think it's a sleep. Okay, some people get slept here. You dish out some decent damage, man. I enjoy it. Tanking actually is really fun. Especially these Mythic Pluses because of the damage. But there's a silence, let's move them out of that. Gotta be careful here. If we pull one of these blade beaks, I think the whole side pulls. Let's see. Pulled one by accident. Oh, I guess not. Oh, well. Oh, he does a screech. That's why. Yeah. I'll pop a cooldown here. Use a defensive heal. Pop our trinket as well. Use our divine toll. Divine toll is so good. And I'm kind of upset again because, I mean, I can't really be upset. I crafted my ret legendary because I thought I was going to be ret, but ended up becoming a tank, and I won't have enough soul ash to craft the second legendary. I probably could have brought him over here to this urn, but I won't have enough soul ash to make my second legendary, so I have to wait till the reset. Okay. Go ahead and pull this to this urn, so the Night Fae can use their little Covenant ability here. Cool. I've never actually fought this dragon, even in the key, Mythic Plus keys, or the one I ran, the +2. It wasn't really wasn't a need to pull him. So we just walked right past him. Again, it might be in the future, maybe for a quest or something, but for now, I don't think there's any significance in pulling it if you don't need to. Okay. We gotta pay attention to debuffs like this as well. I know in Sanguine Depths, there's a bleed that these dogs put on you that seriously, when they stack up, start hurting. And it can definitely take a healer by surprise. So what I typically try to do is bubble off these debuffs because they really start hurting. See if we can skip this pack to the left, but I don't think I'll need to. And I need to. Oh, I thought. Oh, okay, it wasn't me. Was it me? I don't know. I thought we did pull it, so I went back. It might have been me who actually pulled this. Fuck is that noise? I don't hear what the sound is. Or unless that's one of the characters. One of us making that like weird yelling noise. Or me. As I said that, I made out the weirdest groan. Okay, these are the things that make you sleepy, I guess. So you have to jump these rune stags. See if we don't move for a second. What's the debuff? Shimmer dust, yeah. Alright. This boss is pretty fun. He just typically does, or she does a beam that you have to dodge, and she puts a ball on someone, and she drops like these things on the ground that like make you jump in the air. So whoever has the bomb has to step on that area to jump in the air, so it avoids the mechanic, or we avoid the explosion. And then she does like an AoE explosion that we all have to use the thing to jump. But pretty fun. Let's see if anyone else knows the mechanic. I enjoy being a tank as well because I could just stand in shit. I gotta dodge that. We don't want to be eating that soon. Yep, they all just took it. I just floated in the air. Alright, he has the bomb. Yeah, okay. I mean, honestly, that's the typical reaction to having a debuff on you. You just get the fuck out. So I don't blame him for doing that. That means, I mean, he understands mechanics in general. He just doesn't understand this specific mechanic. We'll just do that so we avoid this. But again, you can't really be too mad at that. Dodge that. Use our potion. The cool thing about Kyrian potions too is they're not on the GCD, so you can spam them as a no shit button. Hit the bomb again. Okay, yeah. He's trying to get out, but. Or maybe you can just run out, unless you have to be like in the air in order for people to dodge it. Let's see if we get the cool trinket here. Gold. Good luck. That's a fun trinket. I think it's strong for many classes, so hopefully someone gets it here. Oh, there you go. The healer, though. I don't know if it's good for the healer. But I know it does. It's literally, it says question marks. And it does different things. Excuse me. All right, and now in the last boss, we can potentially one phase him. So this boss, I mean, it's pretty much you just dodge shit until the real mechanic comes out, and then you have to take the teleporters and kill these spirits. You'll see it in a second. But typically you can split up and 1 DPS on each because there's 4, and then tank and healer on the last one. And then one-shot it. Let's see. I'm probably, because this is a life and death mechanic, or a one-shot mechanic, so I'll probably just, a little bit like it, let them know to take the portals. Take portals when you come out and kill on the other side. I should have hit him with the D other side. See if this works. Sorry, opposite of the guide. All right. Hopefully that explains it good enough. Alright, yeah, this is, at first, I thought this fight was really annoying because I didn't know what I was doing. But it's ended up being one of the more fun. I probably shouldn't have popped my cooldowns, honestly, because this DPS here doesn't matter. Master of Death, you'll see, I mean, move to the right, of course, and then, let's see. We have to back up from melee off of this when he starts crushing. I probably got hit by that. And then move to the left here. And I think, I mean, of course, whoever's closest to the boss, or there has to be someone in melee, or he's gonna start doing, I guess, AoE damage. I'm assuming to the whole group. That's typically how fights like this work. Master of Death, we have to back off of melee. Don't think I'm gonna make it. I think I did. Go back in and then move to the right. Sorry. Then move to the left. Very fun fight, very active. You gotta pay attention. Alright. Alright, that wasn't really back left, but you guys get the idea. And then once we were across, we kill his head. This is why I should have saved my bubble. I'm just gonna fucking tank this shit. Tank life. Then once you kill the ad on the other side, there's a totem that we click. That summons Womp Somdi, and we damage him for like 25% of his life. Each one of these do 25%. I think we actually got this. Did he click? I think we did. And now it's just a waiting game to get ported back. And for each one that we killed, it's 25%. We might have to damage him a little bit at the end here. Just to push him, but should be it. Yeah, I think, yeah. GG. Good job. See? These guys are, sometimes these are good players, they just don't know the mechanics, and if you tell them the mechanics, they'll be able to flawlessly pull it off. And get rewarded justly. Let's see. I'm thinking we're getting gear here. I'm thinking the wrists. Alright, we're gold, you know? It's alright. But either way, fun dungeon. He's a solid group. I do like tanking as well. I mean, just because we get invited faster and faster queues if we really needed to. Here you go. Thank you. We're gonna hurt back. Don't worry, DH. We didn't get anything either. But we get less loot from Mythic. Or this is Mythic Plus, so we got a piece of loot for each boss. But Mythic Keystones, we don't get as much loot, but we can spam it. So we could potentially, I mean, you of course get more loot if you keep running the dungeons. But other than that, guys, just I'm gonna try doing more of these, just commentary over me tanking or DPSing. I am trying to get into the raid. I did join a guild. We're going to be doing it tonight. I think they're already down the first boss, but we'll see if we can progress with this guild and see how it goes. But I've been having a lot of fun with PvE. I don't know why this load screen is taking forever. PvE is getting pretty fun as well. I know the new season just started, but yeah, been mostly PvE. We'll try to get some PvP in there as well. And I mean, Tuesday we got to wait for our Soul Ash to, you know, refresh so we can make our legendary. I do have the, what power do I have? The Bulwark. I have this power, which is going to increase our damage a lot, especially with Divine Toll. So Avenger's Shield increases the damage of your next Shield of the Righteousness by 30% for each target hit by Avenger's Shield, stacking up to 5 times. So even if it's on a single target, oh no, it doesn't work on single target, right? Because even if we use the Divine Toll on a single target, it just shoots 1. But potentially we can do 1 and then 2, so we get 60% more damage if it's single target. But either way, I mean, really fun legendary, really cool. But again, thank you everyone for tuning in. Hopefully you like these videos, and make sure to like and subscribe if you do for more. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.